Hello, boyos!
Hello, boyos!
This is Loner Gamecast, where we discuss all things video games. My name is Nick, that is Jake over there. This week we are talking about Opening Night Live, that 2-hour thing that happened last week. Call of Duty censorship. Their shit's getting censored. And PlayStation seems to be willing to share with at least PC for right now, and we'll have more information on that as well in this episode. It's kind of a light week, so we're just going to be, shooting some shit is what we call it in the biz.
That's disgusting, Nick.
Well, it's... Speaking of disgusting, let's talk about last week's question, which was, what does backwards compatibility actually mean for next-gen consoles? And we got one response. Thank you for our only fan, our one true love in this world, Cooking for Group. And he says, just going off of Xbox's backwards compatible games, I think it'll be the same store, but certain games like Control that may have a remastered version of the new console. If you have the PS4 version, be it disc or digital, you'll be able to play it on the PS5, but it will be the PlayStation 4 version, or you can buy the PlayStation 5 edition and you'll get all the DLC and the game will look better. I don't fuck with a whole lot of Xbox stuff. I don't know how their backwards compatibility is set up, but I guess that would be a good thing to go off of, considering PlayStation hasn't really said that they're going to be backwards compatible with, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. It's just going to be PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 are the only ones that are going to be working,
I'm just wondering if it's going to be, are there going to be separate storefronts? Like, can you buy PS4 games on the PS5? Or do you have to already own them? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all very confusing. And, like we stated last week very heatedly, we still don't know, what's going on. We don't know what's going on with them. They haven't shown off, what their systems look like. They haven't shown off, the front screen of the PS5. They haven't shown off the front screen of the Xbox even. They haven't shown off anything. Either company hasn't shown off what these things look like, what the storefront looks like. Is the storefront going to be the same thing, just plastered into the PS5? I have no idea, and they haven't told us. This thing comes out in 2 months.
Everybody's ready for it, but nobody knows.
But the closer it gets, the more I'm like, do I even want this thing? Yeah. I don't even know what it is.
Are they even ready? Is all of this, are the systems going to work day one when you buy it? Is there a reason to buy it day one? Because they haven't showed us any reason to buy it day one at this point.
Well, and the real question is, at least, I think with PlayStation we're getting Spider-Man at launch.
Right.
What does Xbox have? Now that they've delayed Halo Infinite, what do they have? Nothing. And we don't know what their systems looks like. We don't know what their backwards compatibility looks like. All they have is Game Pass, which you can use on a computer and your phone now. I just don't understand it. Just put Game Pass on the PS5. That's what I say. Let's start a petition.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down. What have you been playing, Jake?
Oh, I've been playing so many things, Nicholas.
What is that? What is that about?
So, over the past week, I've been streaming a lot over on twitch.tv/Lonercast. And one of those things that I was streaming was Civ 5. Jumped back into Civ 5. Been playing the shit out of Civ 5. So much fun. I'm so bad at it. But it's all kind of coming back to me slowly. I haven't played it for years. And then, I was playing Age of Empires 2, which is funny because now we're going to be talking about Age of Empires 3 remastered here in a minute because of that Gamescom thing. But then I got Flight Simulator to work on my PC. I've been flying around. Did a flight from Phoenix to Vegas. Where did we fly? Me and Nick flew around for a bit.
We went from
Tokyo to Osaka or something?
Osaka. Yeah, Tokyo to Osaka. It took 30 minutes. And then,
And it crashed right before?
Like 3 miles before we fucking landed, I crashed. Like I dipped down too fast and my plane got stressed and
Nick
I
was
crashed.
trying to fly over to me and he's like, I'm coming in hot, boy. And then he just, I crashed. Yeah, so I've been playing that. I also started up Octopath Traveler again. I've been playing that game for like over a year and still haven't beaten it, but now I'm like, maybe I should just try and beat it.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel are you restarting or are you? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Just picking it back up where I left off. The story I just don't give a shit about, so I'm just kind of skipping the story and just doing the gameplay.
Yeah, it's a pretty game, but the story's not.
Yeah, and I like that turn-based RPG stuff. It's just like the story it's not connected at all. It's not very interesting. Yeah, it's somewhat interesting, but there's like, because it's Octopath, you've got 8 different travelers.
Traveler.
And with these different travelers, they each have their own like storyline, but they don't really correlate at all. I guess they do at the very end, but like for me, they haven't at all, and I'm 50 hours in. So, yeah that's what I've been playing. What you been playing, Nick?
I've been playing. The only thing new that I've been playing, other than Monster Hunter, Call of Duty, I picked Control back up. I've played 5 minutes of the new AWE DLC, and
I'm waiting on that.
Yeah, I kind of want to for the Ultimate Edition or whatever it's coming out on PlayStation 5. But yeah, so I played a little bit of that. Then everybody got on, and it was just like, you know what? Let's play some Blood Bowl 2.
Oh yeah, I've been playing that too.
So last night downloaded Blood Bowl 2, played probably 3 or 4 hours of it. That game's bad, but it's also really kind of funny. It keeps your attention, and it's hilarious.
The thing that like balances it out though, because it's like bad, like it's like a board game, right? And like the thing that makes it okay though is it's bad for everyone. So everyone is having a bad time, which makes it kind of like an even playing field for everyone, where everyone's just like, God damn it.
Like
the dice rolls are so bad.
You could be doing so good on the dice rolls in the first half and just like, oh yeah, I'm rolling all 6s and I'm getting the perfect pass, and like the 17% thing that I shouldn't have been able to do, I did it and I got a touchdown. And then in the second half, it's just like, you're not even going to pick up the ball. Like your guy's 50% chance to pick it up and you're just going to drop it, like every single time you're going to drop it. So you're never going to be able to do it. And it's kind of fun to just, you don't take it seriously. It's one of those games where it's just like, you just kind of laugh at the animations and like the characters. They're kind of funny, or like the stupid shit that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the case for every game that incorporates a lot of like dice rolls and chances. I mean, we played a lot of Star Wars X-Wing or Starfighter or whatever it's called. It's X-Wing, right?
X-Wing.
Yeah. We played this board game called X-Wing. We don't take it that seriously because it's all up to chance, a lot of it, and it's just fun. It's just something fun to do.
Yeah. It's good. It's good seeing your little guys run around and fuck each other up. But
fall down for
no
reason.
I honestly wasn't expecting to get back into it because I played maybe 2 games when I first bought it, and I was like, it's all right. But then now there's a couple of us that own it, and it's like, this is pretty good. We can mix and match and switch things up and just have a good old laugh. But that's pretty much it. I'm really excited to get back into Control, just to finish that out. I don't know if I will before the PlayStation 5 comes out, just because I kind of want to take my time or play through it over again. And this past week, I want to say, Call of Duty has like some summer games event going on where they have like these time trials and accuracy kind of things that are really, really challenging. But it's like one of those things where you just have to keep trying for gold. You'll be like 2 points away from gold, and it's like, oh, I can make this run a little faster, or I can shoot a little bit better. So that's kind of interesting in Call of Duty. But other than that, that's it. Other than that, fucking. Let's get right into it. Let's start this because this was a long event, and the event that happened was Gamescom Opening Night Live, hosted by Jeff Keighley.
The boy.
But before we get into that, I want to talk about the pre-show, hosted by Kyle Boseman. I think that's how you say his name. It's fucking great.
I didn't watch it.
You should just go back and watch the 15 minutes before the actual event. Kyle Boseman does a really pretty good job at being funny and not too cringe for a pre-show.
Easy Allies.
Yeah, I don't know where he's from, but this is the first time. Well, there you go. This is the first time I've heard about him. So he hosted it, and it was like, hey, this guy's just kind of funny. They showed off a couple of cool games. I don't remember all of them, but I think the pre-show I enjoyed more than the actual show. And going back and writing this episode up for the Gamecast, it was like, I really don't want to watch Gamescom Opening Night Live again because it just was not that interesting to me, honestly. It was very lackluster, and I understand that they said before, like, this is all games that you already know about, but a lot of the trailers that they showed were literal trailers that they showed a month ago, like exactly the same. Nothing changed except there weren't any voiceovers or something like that, and it's like, well, I've already seen this. Why are you showing it to me again? And that was kind of a bummer for this 2-hour game. And they also kept interrupting for their Gamescom awards, which I'm not quite sure what that is, but IGN would come in and just be like, we're going to interrupt this whole system and give awards to these games for existing, I guess. This is the only action-adventure game, so it's going to get an award. This is the only strategy game, so it's getting a reward. And I just didn't understand that.
I don't know.
The flow of the show was really bad, honestly.
I don't know what the obsession with awards and shit is with video gamers, or games media is obsessed with giving awards, and it's just why? We don't need to be movies. We don't.
Yeah.
Everyone likes different things, and just fucking talk about the games, man. I will say, so while the Gamescom happened, I can't remember what I was doing. I was doing something while it was happening live, so I couldn't watch it live. And then I just heard everyone say, God damn, it was so long and it was so boring. So I will admit, what I ended up doing was I just found a video that said, here's all the trailers and announcements. It was 30 minutes versus the 2.5, and that's what I watched. So I may be losing a lot of context here. But I did see all the trailers and stuff, so I can still talk about the games, but I can't really speak to how bad the presentation was. Because to me, I'm like, oh yeah, they showed quite a bit of things.
They did show quite a bit of things, but like I said, a lot of them were the same thing that we've seen before.
Yeah, I couldn't justify 2.5 hours for what they showed.
Another thing that was really weird about this one was they would go to commercial breaks, but the commercial breaks were for video games that we have seen and video games we haven't seen yet. So it was and now a commercial break to the thing that you were just fucking watching. And it was why didn't you just fucking put this in the show instead of acting like it's a fucking commercial break? It didn't make any sense. Money. Well, it just didn't make sense. I forget what one of the commercials was, but I think it was. I don't remember what it was, but it was a game that it could have been in the show because they haven't said anything about it, and they're like, "Oh, we'll be right back," and it's here's a game that you haven't seen yet, and then it's "Welcome back to the Gamescom," and it's what? And that was really weird. So. We'll get right into it. We'll get
let's do it.
Start at the top. At the top, starting out strong, I guess, with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. They showed a cinematic trailer. Fun thing about this one, this trailer released a day before Gamescom actually happened. So I had already seen this trailer before it released.
See, I hadn't seen this trailer, so
it was like, all right, I saw this, so off to a bad start. They showed off this trailer, and it's like, hey, there's a bad guy in Russia, and he's doing bad shit, and
check it out, it's Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan's in it, and he's sending this
fascist,
group of
I mean, president. He's
sending this group of Black Ops. Well, yeah, Black Ops. They do illegal shit to stop wars, and he's like, "You have my full support."
He's not Nixon.
Oh, you're right. That's Nixon. Anyway,
he's like, "You have my full support." What'd you say? I forgot. That's right.
Okay. Anyway, they showed a trailer. There's no gameplay. Apparently, there's going to be multiplayer gameplay because that's what anybody really cares about.
Imagine a Call of Duty game without multiplayer.
I have a feeling that if it didn't have multiplayer, it would be actually not bad because they would have to spend all their time doing a single player game. So it would probably be really fucking good.
True.
And they released it's coming to PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5, November 13th. This is interesting because it's coming out November 13th. That gives us a very small window for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. It's going to be releasing in November 13th-ish area, you know? Like, so it was kind of like a small hint to that.
Let me pull up my calendar here. So my assumption with the console drops and with this confirmation here of it coming out November 13th, I have a feeling that we're going to see the Xbox come out on the 13th, if not that Tuesday on the 10th.
Just the Xbox or both
just
of them?
The Xbox, and I actually think that the PlayStation will come out the following week. I have no data
Nothing to back that up.
I have no evidence to back this up. It just seems like Xbox is very gung-ho on getting this console out as early as possible, where PlayStation, and I know it's only a week, but I would imagine that PlayStation would want to at least release it before Black Friday, and that would be the week before Black Friday, so that's probably what they're trying to hit.
That's true, yeah. And then both of those, the 13th and the 20th, are both Fridays, and I feel like they'd want to release it on a Friday. That way people can pick it up on Saturday and Sunday, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's going to be my guess, is the 13th or the 20th, either one of those.
It doesn't really matter. They're coming out in November,
That's what they keep saying, but I don't believe them so far.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're either coming out in November or they're coming out next year. Like, that's really, that's the bottom line, I think.
Yeah, so then after that, I don't remember what happened. They probably shot an ad or gave an award for some stupid bullshit. But then they showed a game based in India where you play as a dead girl or another. Here we talk. Just people love death in video games recently. You play as a girl who gets like beaten to death, but then she has powers because of that or something. That's kind of how they prefaced it. They're just like, set in India, plays a girl, and she has to solve her own murder. And it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. This one's called Unknown 9,
so cool.
Awakening. They didn't show anything on it. They just showed, her running through the streets. It looks very pretty, honestly, like the trailer, the cinematics.
Yeah, like, I don't know what it is, but it looks great. It looks like they've put some time into whatever they're doing with this game. And it's by this company, Reflector Interactive, and I cannot find anything about these guys other than Unknown 9. So
really? It's a new.
Yeah, I don't want to say that, but it seems like it.
Yeah, and with what they showed, they didn't show any gameplay. So this is obviously heading to PC and next generation consoles. There's no release date. There's no release window. It just said it's coming.
This was definitely one of the more interesting things that they showed, just because it's like, I don't know what this is. I don't know where this came out, where this came from. It's just one of those things where it's like I need to keep my eye out for that. You know, it was
for sure. Yeah,
it was one of those kind of things. So
this is one to look at for the long term for sure.
Yeah.
Then after that, Doom Eternal's first DLC is called The Ancient Gods Part 1. So sounds like there's going to be more than just one.
So hype. So hyped, dude.
Yeah.
I just want to get back in there. I just want to start killing more dudes.
You know what's cool about this is I saw recently somewhere, I don't remember where, but this DLC is going to be a standalone as well. So you can just buy this without buying Doom itself. So I thought that was kind of cool.
That means it's going to be pretty substantial as well. I always get concerned with DLCs, right? Where it's like, is this going to be like a real DLC, or is this going to be like I turn it on for 15 minutes and it's over?
Mm-hmm. Is it going to be a Rocksteady DLC?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The Doom Eternal Ancient
October
Gods
20th.
Part 1 comes out October 20th, 2020, just in time for Halloween.
Hyped for this. I just want to play more Doom Eternal. The fact that it says Part 1 is also very exciting. Doom came out at a very interesting time. It came out right at the start of like quarantine, and you were either one of two things. You were either an Animal Crossing person or a Doom person, you know? Yeah. And I definitely was that Doom person. Like, we were all starting out lockdown, and we're all like, what do we do? I've never been in lockdown before. This is weird. Let's all play Doom together, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
That game will forever be etched in my head because of like its historical importance because of that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, those two games, Animal Crossing and Doom, will live down as like the ones COVID to games. Start. Yeah, the ones to start the lockdown and COVID lockdown for sure.
And that was at the time when like everyone was locking down. That was before the dumb jock kids started going to bars again and stuff.
Yeah, that was like
the dumb jock kids were home playing Doom Eternal. So
yeah. And after that, we had BioWare and Electronic Arts come out, and they were talking about Dragon Age 4. They didn't show anything again. Something just concept art, voice acting, and pre-alpha gameplay visualizations were shown. That's about it.
I have no real experience with Dragon Age.
Me either. The last BioWare game that came out, however, was Anthem.
Was it Anthem?
Yeah.
And then before that, it was Mass Effect Andromeda, right?
Yeah.
So pretty poor track record.
Yeah, they're doing not the best, so I have no faith in this game, especially when it is EA backed.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing with it, though. You know, I really have high hopes for this game because, honestly, with what happened with Mass Effect Andromeda being a colossal clusterfuck and Anthem being a colossal, clusterfuck. My concern is if this game comes out and does poorly, like they're just going to shut the studio down. I don't want that to happen. You know, BioWare's done some good things in the past. You know, they made Knights of the Old Republic, and I feel like people really like the Dragon Age games. And
I hear they were great until Dragon Age Inquisition.
But I hear people even like Dragon Age Inquisition, and everyone loves the Mass Effect games. Like, so I don't want to see this studio go away. I just hope they can restructure it enough to like actually make some good games.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Because honestly, if this game comes out and it's trash, I think they're done. I can't see a world where they can justify even keeping them around.
Yeah, well,
I think I would shut them down.
That's kind of what you get for going with Electronic Arts, who expects everything to be perfect and great and make billions and millions of dollars because all of their investors don't know anything about video games. Given what we were shown, Dragon Age 4 isn't coming anytime soon.
No. So that's good that they're giving them time to.
Yeah, but how much time? No idea. Next up, we had this really weird thing with Christopher Lloyd And it
See,
started
this is
with
the
like,
goodness
hey,
that I'm missing out on.
I am Doc Brown from Back to the Future, and great Scott, Surgeon Simulator 2 has nothing to do with Back to the Future.
But he's a doctor.
But not that kind of doctor. So he goes, hey, and here's a trailer for this thing that I have nothing to do with.
Maybe he just really likes Surgeon Simulator.
And it cut to a trailer of like all these YouTubers and Twitch streamers playing the early access of Surgeon Simulator 2. This one you can like make your own levels and you can like pull heads up. It's much more goofy than the first one. Like the first one was goofy, like you cut up somebody's rib cage and parts would fly out. But this one you literally can just like pop somebody's head off and walk around with it and do like a full head transplant kind of thing. It seems really goofy. I don't think they gave a release date for this. It was just a whole bunch of influencers, as you say.
And it launches with a story mode and a 4-player online co-op mode.
Yeah. yeah. That's like another big thing is the co-op is like you can. It seems to be kind of like in the vein of Overcooked, where everybody just kind of has a job, and if you don't know your job, you're fucking it up for everybody else kind of thing. Like
Sounds
you have
wonderful.
A certain amount of time. And then moving on to another weird thing that makes no sense to me whatsoever. If I can speak, Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead.
I love Bridge Constructor, but yeah, this is weird as hell, dude.
What does this have to do with are you trying to like build a bridge so that the zombies can get across to
I think that is
get your favorite characters, or it would make sense if
You're
bridges.
right. There was a lot of weird crossovers on this event, in general, because there's some more weird crossovers later on too. It's super weird.
And it had this weird trailer. I'm just now remembering. It was like a live action trailer of this guy running through like a dam, at the inside of a dam, and he gets in and he sits down and he opens up a laptop and he starts playing Bridge Constructor The Walking Dead. And then he gets eaten.
It was so
it's
good.
Like, what? And apparently it's fucking coming to PC, Xbox, all of them, PlayStation, all of them, Switch, Android, iOS in 2020. They didn't give a release date. It's just coming later this year.
You probably want to play this game on PC.
Yeah, PC. I imagine it would be okay for phones, But I don't know. I didn't play any of the other ones. But
It's
I imagine like clicking
with
and dragging.
the mouse. I can't imagine playing it with a controller. Like that sounds horrible.
Well, yeah, with a controller, I don't get that. Moving on, we got the Sam & Max. This time it's virtual VR game. I never played Sam & Max. I don't know what they are. They look familiar to me. It's a bunny and a dog detective do stuff, and you're in a virtual world. There's no release date. It was literally just two characters going, Sam & Max.
I'm a big dog.
I'm a dog in a hat. Like, okay.
I've never heard of these guys. I don't know what this is. I don't know how you reboot something that I've never even heard of. But
yeah, and it's coming to VR. So just scratch that off your calendars because I don't know who plays it. None of the people that I know play it. And then we had this overly long trailer.
Yeah.
That was pictures. It was hardly a trailer. It was just like a picture book of this angry farmer guy who gets stabbed by a demon blade, and it's by the guys who make all the World of Warcraft games. I forget what they're called.
Blizzard?
No, not World of Warcraft games. The 40K, the 40K guys, Warhammer. It's made by the same guys. This one's called World of Warcraft Shadowlands, where I guess you're an old man and you die and you got to get vengeance on your old pupil. And you do, because this fucking trailer lasted 6.5, 7 minutes of just pictures telling a story.
It was long.
It was far too long.
I've heard World of Warcraft numbers are like really waning these days, and I feel like this was them just being like, please come back. Please. We're back. Come back. Come play with us.
Is it going to be World of Warcraft? I couldn't tell if this was a new game or if it was like they didn't even.
It's an expansion for World of Warcraft.
It's an expansion.
Yeah.
Okay. It was way too long. It didn't have any sort of MMO sort of bullshit that I could see.
And it comes out October 27th.
It comes out real fucking soon.
Yeah.
And we know nothing about it.
It's an expansion for World. I mean, what are they going to tell you? You click and fight things.
For me, I will not be playing this. I will not be. This does not get me into
I don't think this
World
was directed
of Warcraft
at us, though.
Anymore. It gets people like who have played World of Warcraft like, hey,
right,
come back. There's a new expansion that you're going to hate because everybody who plays World of Warcraft always fucking hates the new expansions. So
I think that's exactly what this was, though. Was just like, hey, Warcraft fans, come on back. It's time to come back now.
come back. Give us your $15
it's
a month.
It's feeding time. They get the bell. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding.
Time to feed. Come on.
Yeah. Come on.
Because that's how Warcraft fans are. They're like, I fucking hate this game. And then a new expansion comes out and they're like, I gotta play it.
I really fucking hate this expansion. Ruins everything. It ruins. If you play World of Warcraft, I'm sorry, and this probably doesn't represent you. But from what I hear...
No, it does.
It's fuck this new expansion. It sucks. And then like a year later, oh, it's okay. You know,
I want to play World of Warcraft just for that panda expansion because you get to play as a panda.
I remember when that came out. Yeah, do you really get to play as a panda?
Yeah, you get to be a panda.
Yeah, we just kind of kept going on a streak of Warhammer shit because Warhammer Stormground was the next trailer. Age of Simgar Stormground. I know nothing about it.
No.
It's...
You like Warhammer, though, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I don't know much about Warhammer. I don't know. This is coming 2021. I got nothing else to say about it. And it's coming to Switch. So, Switch, PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Not even next-gen consoles. In 2021. I think this is going to miss the mark for a lot of new people jumping on Warhammer. I just don't think people who...
I think these games aren't trying to get a whole lot of new people, though. I think these games are trying to just get the people back.
Get the people back?
You know,
I guess.
Just get the fans back.
Yeah,
there's a large community, like more than you probably realize.
Well, I know that the tabletop game, I know that Warhammer 40K is a big community, but I can't imagine like those guys play a lot of video games. Well, I guess they would. So they go to their tabletop thing and they play Warhammer 40K with their crazy expensive little figures and their armies and whatnot. And then they come home and they're like, man, I just didn't get enough Warhammer in my life. I need to sit on a couch and play Warhammer Stormground. I don't know. It's a Warhammer game, it seems.
I have nothing to say about it.
Yep. Next up, we got Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Toys for Bob showed off flashback rooms, which are unique puzzle rooms that players will collect in levels. To collect a flashback tape, you have to reach a tape without dying, making it the hardest of hardcore. So yeah, they just keep showing off like they're how they're going to keep this game going for the fans. And as I'm reading this, you never play Crash Bandicoot, you probably wouldn't care about these flashback tapes, honestly.
Yeah, it's challenge rooms, though. I mean, like,
yeah, but like that's again, it's not for people who haven't played Crash Bandicoot. This trailer,
I think that's wrong. I think if you're playing the game and you've beaten it already and like you're going back through it again,
might as well.
I think you would do that. It's just like challenge rooms. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely keeps the longevity and the replayability in the game.
Yeah.
I just don't think this trailer is going to get any people who are on the fence to jump back into it, to fully, fall onto that side of the yard. Looks cool though.
I think most of the people that are on the fence for this game though have played Crash Bandicoot before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good point.
The Insane trilogy was so popular, so incredibly successful. Like, I think a lot of people have played Crash Bandicoot before.
Yeah, I mean, I've played it, and I really enjoy it. This game looks really great, honestly. It looks like they put a lot of time into some new features that have never been in the game. And
but like, I will say, once again, this is just like stuff we've seen before, and it's like you're right, like people who are going to buy Crash Bandicoot are going to buy Crash Bandicoot. I appreciate them showing new stuff, but it's like, yeah, this is kind of where the stuff is just like, okay, we've seen this. Like, do we need this right now?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a new feature, and it's not going to sell anybody who's never played it to buy it. I think the other trailers are going to do that way before this trailer does that. And then we got a really interesting one. It was called Teardown.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little indie game. I think he said it was made by 2 people. And it's a pixel art sort of, you like break these pixel blocks and you try to hijack something. It seems they really like focused on like it's a heist and you have to steal something or you have to activate some things and then get away. There was a whole bunch of gameplay. It was all confusing. This one you can like set up routes to take so that you can parkour and you can like drive cars through walls or shoot walls and have them explode so that you can go through them. It looks interesting. I would like to see what the game actually is, other than like what the point of the game is. Because it's weird. It kind of looks dirty. Honestly, it looks very brown and grimy and gross. But I don't know if like maybe it has something to do with the story. But there was no anything for it in this trailer other than you get in, you get out by blowing stuff up.
I think that's what the game is. It's weird. It looks sort of like Minecraft in a weird way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like the blocks are a lot smaller, right?
Right.
So it's more like instead of like these giant blocks like in Minecraft, it's like small little Lego pieces, and you can just kind of break through everything. And it seems like everything is destructible.
Yeah.
I imagine it's you get in, you get out as quick as possible. It looks interesting.
Yeah.
I need to see more of it. And they didn't have a date or anything.
It says early access is in 2020. That's what they said.
Interesting. Well, I need to jump on that early access then, because that's interesting.
Yeah. And then moving on from that, this game actually looks good. I didn't play the first one. It's Little Nightmares 2.
All right.
It's some sort of like puzzle platformer. It kind of goes first person, or not first person, kind of goes third person into like side scroller two dimension. It's coming out February 2021 on Xbox, PlayStation 4, PC, and Switch, and Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 coming later in the year. Yeah, did you watch this one?
Yeah,
it looks really good.
Looks like a fever dream. That's
yeah.
It
looks really creepy and scary, and
it has Inside vibes, sort of.
But more creepy, you know?
Yeah, like creepier than that. Yeah, but like same sort of platforming though.
Yeah. It looked really cool, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm super into it. I've never played the first one. Honestly, never even heard of it. So I know nothing about it, but I
remember
cool.
when it came out, but then I never heard anything about it later. Next up, we had Star Wars Squadrons. They showed a section detailing the single-player campaign. It doesn't look very good. Honestly, it looks bad.
Yeah,
this game is not going to do well. There's
something about it that just seems so boring, right? Like it just seems
it's so bare bones.
It seems so boring, and like nothing's happening, and it just seems like heavy, like tanky. It looks like it's going to be really tanky to move around. I don't know. Nothing about this looks good. It feels like they spent way too much on the like visual aspect of it rather than like what the game is going to play like, and it looks like it's going to play like garbage.
It does. It looks poo-poo doo-doo, and
But I will say it does look like this game is meant to be played in VR, and that's what they were going for. But then if you're going to do that, just commit, dude. Just commit and be like, this is a VR game. We're committing. Like Half-Life Alyx did. Like, just commit. If you're going to do it, just commit. Because now everyone's going to go into it thinking like this is the game, and it's this trash game because it's meant to be played in VR. Because I do think maybe this game would be better in VR because you get the perspective, like the right kind of perspective. But like it looks bad. I don't know.
It does. And what I've heard is like you can customize your character, you can customize your ship, you can, make it look a certain way, but you can never go in third person. And I don't get the point of customizing your ship or your person if you literally never see any of those things. It's like, I got red stripes down the side, but I can't see it unless it's in a hangar. It looks bad. It looks really bad. This comes out October 2nd. It's going to be $40 for if that's a selling point. I have a very strong feeling it's going to go down to $10 very soon. So if you're on the fence about this one, I would just wait until then because it looks rough. Again, another E3 title. I don't know why they're doing this. Like, just give us that Amy Hennig 1313 game already, please. But no, fire her because nobody wants single player games anymore. Obviously.
Yeah, just insane, dude.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck they need to change something about. Anyway, more on the Star Wars. Another E3 or EA thing. Sims 4 is getting a Star Wars Disneyland.
It's not Disneyland. It's
Disneyland. It is. Well, it's the Batu Park from Disneyland. It's the section of the park you can visit and like create your own lightsaber, and it's a content pack for Sims 4 with new costumes, themed items. You can get. It says here you can wield an official lightsaber. Your sim can. It's coming to all platforms September 8th. If you're a fan of Star Wars and you really love Sims 4, I guess this is kind of cool.
Yeah, this one caught me completely off guard. I was just like, why?
Why?
I guess
really funny?
I guess you can because they're EA and they can do that because they're EA and they own Star Wars, and I guess you can, but just like, why?
Yeah. What's really funny is watching it live. I had this chat log up, and throughout the entire the entire conference, I guess this thing, opening night live, everybody in the chat was just Sims, please, Sims, and the whole list would just go up, all Sims, and then all of Elden Ring would come up. You'd see Elden Ring like 6 or 7 times, and then Sims. And it's like, man, these people really want Sims. And then they showed this, and it's like, what the fuck? What? Huh?
This is the Sims we're getting?
This looks poop. This is horrible. Like, and then it totally changed to like, why? Like, this is not what we wanted, and it's
a weird thing to put in Sims, because like, what do you do with Star Wars in the Sims? You know,
people up, pitch. You make your lightsaber and you cut people up.
It's so weird.
I don't know. Probably the most interesting thing that happened in the opening night live for me, was they showed off 12 minutes.
Yes.
Which is that like game where you spend in what looks like a studio apartment, and it's top down, and you have a relationship, and it's only, you get 12 minutes to do whatever it is, and it's kind of like a Groundhog Day sort of thing. They showed off a trailer that reveals the cast. And
what
honestly,
a cast, dude.
This fucking cast looks awesome. You got voice acting from James Mcavoy. I don't know
James
who that
McAvoy.
is. McAvoy? I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is?
He played Professor X in the X-Men movies.
In the new ones?
Yeah, he in like First Class. He was
shit.
Or he's the dude in Split. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's James McAvoy. Yeah.
Cool. Daisy Ridley still going Star Wars. She's going to be in the game.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And fucking Willem Dafoe
making his return to video games.
Dude, like, what a fucking cast.
Dude, because
like,
Willem Dafoe, he did that one.
Yeah, the David Cage game.
Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah,
and he's fucking great in that game, and he took it just as serious as he would any other acting gig, and that's what gives me hope for this, because like he took that one so seriously. I imagine he's going to take this seriously, and the fact that all these people like James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, like these are not people who will just sign on to anything,
right?
You know, these are people who probably read the script and saw what the idea was, and were like, "That is a great idea," which gives me.
Yeah, like
supreme confidence in this game.
See, this really got me because it was like this was the first trailer that I saw that actually now I'm gonna buy this game, because like I saw this trailer back at whenever they did the E3 thing when they first showed it. I'm like, oh, this could be really cool. You know, it has a really neat idea, but you know the story could be bad, the acting could be bad. We don't really know anything about it, and then you see Willem Dafoe, James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley all coming onto this, and it's like, okay, this is going to be good. You know, it's going to have stellar voice acting, especially with Willem Dafoe's iconic voice narrating. It sounds like what's going on, and it's like that sounds really fucking cool. Just even if this game isn't that long, you know, just jump in and do 12 minutes, and it's just like, fuck, that's it has a good, this is the one trailer where I'm like, I'm buying it. Like, it did a good job. Next, a game that I don't know who was asking for, Override 2 Super Mech League. They released this game, Override Super Mech League, a while ago, and I didn't hear anything about it. It was kind of like a Voltron sort of game where you can play with, it's a fighting game, but you can like set certain people to maneuver certain parts of the robot if you wanted to, or you can maneuver the whole robot and fight each other. I was kind of interested in the first one, so this was kind of strange. It doesn't look like they added anything to it. It looks exactly the same as the first one.
They didn't really show anything, though.
They showed the characters a little bit, and all the characters I recognize from the first one, and the graphics kind of look the same. It's coming out this holiday for all of the consoles. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no opinion really.
Yep.
I feel like they didn't really even show anything. I don't know anything about Override 1, so I have no opinion.
Moving right on to that, we have Lemnis Gate. This is a first-person shooter. It's a strategy shooter on a 25-second time loop, similar to Quantum League. I don't know what Quantum League is. You have to outsmart your enemy, killing their past selves to put yourself in the best position. I don't know what that means. This game confuses me. They didn't really explain anything. They just kind of showed maybe 15 seconds of gameplay.
You know what I thought when I saw this game?
What's that?
I thought, wow, I guess games just look this good now. Because to me, I saw it and I was like, this looks just as good as like Apex or Titanfall. And as far as I'm concerned, like this is a pretty small studio making this, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Rat Loop Games. I have not heard of them.
Yeah, I've never heard of these guys, and the game looks really nice looking. And I'm just like, wow, games just
really
just look nice now. I thought the game looked pretty cool.
It did. I don't know what's going on. You know?
Yeah, I don't either. But that kind of intrigues me even more.
Yeah, I would love for somebody to actually explain how it works, because they just showed a lot of shooting guns and throwing orbs, and it's like, okay, how does it work though? I don't understand this 25-second time loop kind of thing. Yeah, so that's one to keep your eye on, I suppose. Then we got to a Nintendo Switch game, which we already saw at the Nintendo Indie Direct a couple weeks ago. This one's the struggling game where you play as a fleshy thing.
Yeah. We didn't really see it at the Nintendo Switch, to be fair. It was just in the highlight reel.
Yeah, it was in the highlight. It was like at the end. This
time it actually got like a nice little trailer. But like I have seen this trailer. This game's already out.
Yeah, it came out that day.
Yeah, this game's already out. I saw the trailer on the Switch. What this game reminds me of, struggling, it reminds me of old like Flash games, like on addictinggames.com or like Miniclip, like these weird ass Flash games.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, it really does. Kind of like those old internet games we'd play at school before, schools had like,
internet
you can't go to certain places on the internet kind of thing. Yeah, it looks very gross.
Yep.
Very different.
It looks bad, honestly, but
I'm sure there's an audience for it.
Yep. I don't think I'm that audience, but it looks interesting.
I am not either. Another thing was Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition.
There it is.
We've been playing Age of Empires 2. At least I played one game with you. You've been playing it. This comes to Steam Xbox Games Pass on October 15th. They added a couple of new empires, I guess, civilizations. They look kind of cool. Honestly, this game looks good. Looks like they did a good job with it. This is the one that I played more often, so I'm down to play this with you if you want.
I'm super down. That is the one that I played the most of as well. But since I've been playing Age of Empires 2, I think I like Age of Empires 2 more than 3. But
really?
I'm still down to play it. I don't know. It just looks like they're kind of, up in the details a bit, and it's nothing really that special, but it's coming to Game Pass, and that's what's exciting, I guess.
Yep, and the graphics are up-resed, and you get 2 new civilizations, which is kind of cool. just more stuff. Then I don't remember this one. Chorus Rise as One. Oh, it's not a musical game. Stylized as Chorus in the logo. Space shooter from Fish Labs. This is a space shooter. I know nothing about this game. I don't remember. It's coming to everything, including Stadia.
On it too.
I'm trying to watch this thing, but I really don't.
I've got mad.
I really don't know what this game is.
Right, this game. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's like this weird, like ship game, like Galaga-esque.
They did show this one.
Yeah,
earlier.
It looks pretty cool.
It does look kind of cool.
It reminds me of those 3D Galaga games that they used to have.
Yeah,
it's a flying game, but not quite like Star Wars, but like you're a bit more on rails, it seems. I don't know.
Yeah, it's something. It comes out on Stadia and everything else 2021. So I guess we'll keep looking into that. Yeah, Stadia. Now the reason that this whole event was 2 hours long was because Jeff Keighley wouldn't stop fucking talking about how he got Fall Guys Season 2 sneak peek on his show. Like every fucking chance, after every trailer, he's like, stay tuned, we got Fall Guys. We got Fall Guys, guys. Guys, hold on. There's Fall Guys too. Stay with us. You know, this is a long, boring fucking thing.
Fall Guys.
Stay with us. It's Season 2 sneak peek. Fall Guys, they're doing a Season 2. Comes out, I don't remember when it comes out. There's no release date. Could have swore they said October or something like that. It looks like you get to move blocks now instead of, going through things. Looks like there's gonna be some sort of like moving pieces and everything is based
October
on
6th.
Thank you. This season seems to be based around medieval stuff, so you get like a dragon outfit, looks like a Viking outfit, a wizard, knight, and stuff like that. I wonder if those are going to be in the season pass, or if those are just going to be throughout. If I had to guess, they'd be in the season pass. It
looks like they're adding like 6 levels.
Is it 6 levels?
It looks like something like that, like 4 to 6 or something. But like
it looks like
more than I was expecting.
Yeah,
I was honestly expecting a season 2, and they're like, here's 2 maps and like 3 costumes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was expecting.
It's a little bit bigger than what I was expecting. I am curious of what season 5 or season 3 is going to be like, because
season 5, dude.
Season 5,
that's going to be lit.
You guys watch out for season 5. That was the thing that happened. Medal of Honor was the next thing. Above and Beyond story trailer for the Oculus Rift.
It's a big deal.
Is it? It's a VR game.
Yeah, it's interesting they went that route with it. But, I mean, it's cool. Everyone's been talking for years and years that, like, we need a new Medal of Honor game. Like, it's been so long. Like, where's Medal of Honor? Like, where has it been? And now they're back and they're like, well, we cannot compete with Call of Duty. We just can't. And that's probably why they've been gone forever. We can't compete with Call of Duty. We can't compete with Battlefield. So they're like, hey, let's make a fucking VR game. Let's carve our own little niche, That's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I hope it's cool to see these like bigger IPs start to make their way over to VR. I'd love to see VR kind of take off, and the reason I want to see VR take off is not because I like VR, because I actually don't even like VR. But I'm hoping that if VR games start to take off more, that means they will invest more in the technology of VR and make it so I will like it one day. Because if they could make it better than what it is.
Yeah, that's...
If you catch my drift.
I get what you're saying. We should speed this up. Next thing we got, Hurricane Anthology Collection. Don't know what it is. It's a NES thing, I guess.
It looked cool.
It's a 2D side scroller. Then they showed Destiny Beyond Light. They showed a little bit of the abilities that you can use, the new abilities that they're introducing, darkness abilities or some shit that comes out November 10th. And then they finished it off with the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart
You're
trailer.
skipping things.
No.
Because you didn't talk about Lego Star Wars.
Oh shit, that was a thing, isn't it?
Because Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, looks fucking amazing. And I'm so hyped on this game, and I've been waiting for you to talk about it. And yeah, my list is completely out of order, and I've been having to scroll all over the place. Yeah, Lego. We'll get back to the Ratchet and Clank shit.
That's fine.
But Lego Star Wars, dude, looks fucking great. It looks hilarious. There's that scene where Palpatine is like, he's gonna shock Luke, and he pulls out the Legos and it doesn't shock him, and he throws it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, dude.
That.
I'm so hyped for these. I love Lego games, especially Lego Star Wars games. They're the best. There was also Wastelanders 3. Did we talk about that?
We didn't talk about that. They showed that off. We know all about it. It's coming out very soon.
They also talked about Spellbreak, which is a magic-based battle royale. Comes out September 3rd.
Yeah, okay. So this list is all fucked up too.
But yeah, I mean, besides that, I think that's pretty much everything besides Ratchet and Clank. But
yeah, there's
Mafia Definitive Edition is also there.
that looks cool, honestly.
Mm-hmm. The first Mafia is the best Mafia, so that's really cool.
There's a whole bunch. There's Outriders. They showed a little bit of. They showed a game called Necromurna.
Yeah, that game looks weird.
Under
too.
Hive Wars. That's made by the Warhammer guys again. WW2K Battlegrounds, Clash of the Eras. What is this guy's name? Jerry Lawler? That's not
Jerry
right.
the King.
Is it Jerry? Yeah, Jerry the King Lawler just fucking came out and was like, I'm super excited for this game. And showed off a little bit of it.
It looks atrocious anyway.
Then Dark Pictures. I think these are the guys that did the Night in the Woods kind of game where you play as the children. This game's called Little Hope, where it seems like you make decisions and characters die, and it's all, highly acted out. They showed that. Yeah. And then at the end, they showed Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart. Literally the same trailer that they showed before.
I don't know why they decided to end with this.
I could not believe that. That was such a stupid move, and I felt like a really bad taste in my mouth when they did that. It was like, oh, cool, more Ratchet and Clank. No, it's literally the exact same thing that we showed you months before.
And then they just said, oh, yeah, it's a launch window game, which it's like, we already knew that's the case. Why don't you give us an actual date?
It wasted a good 15 minutes of time. I don't know how long this it wasted a good 10 minutes of time.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I didn't need that. Like, that was news that came out 2 months ago on the same shit. You're not telling me anything new like Crash Bandicoot did. You're not going, here, we have this new thing, or we're introducing a new weapon that you've never seen before, or this new character you can play as her kind of thing. They won't even do that. Like, it was such a stupid way to end the show. And if it was up to me,
I would awesome, though.
It does. It
looks
but
awesome.
If it was up to me and I was running the show, I'd be like, no, you've literally just showed that. I'm not going to show this on my show, because
I would have at least
time.
Shown it towards the beginning, not as the ender.
Yeah, there was no and one more thing. There was none of that. Yeah, if I was running the show, sorry, Jeff Keighley, I would be like, I'm not putting this on unless you have new shit to show me. You literally have no shit to show me. I don't know. You're just wasting people's time at this point.
I maybe would have trimmed the fat a bit, I guess. But
I felt it was real shitty of them to do that. I didn't like it.
I don't know. Or I would have split it into 2 days or something.
Yeah.
Because it would have felt better if it was 2.
If it was 2 days? Yeah, absolutely, dude. And then the hype would have been even more, you know?
Like, I know they did, do some stuff on Saturday. I didn't watch it.
They've been doing stuff all week, and
they're just kind of doing some gameplay
stuff. It kind of leaks out a little bit here and there. Nothing too interesting though. That's
the event.
That's the whole event. Let's jump over to
that. Actually took up quite a bit of time.
It sure fucking did. I tried to plow through that, and I looked down at the time and was like, "Fuck, okay." No, we'll move on to the news. I feel like this whole fucking thing just got fucked up by how shitty that whole thing was. Fuck it. Call of Duty trailer replaced worldwide over Tiananmen Square footage. This comes to us from Luke Plunkett at Otaku. The debut trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War has been blocked in China and subsequently edited everywhere else, after featuring around 1 second's worth of footage from the communist government's crackdown on pro-democracy protesters in 1989. When the game was first announced, a trailer running for 2 minutes and 2 seconds was released to the world and hosted on the official Call of Duty and Xbox YouTube pages, along with major sites like IGN and GameSpot. On August 21st, however, the videos on Call of Duty and Xbox YouTube pages were replaced with a much shorter 1-minute version. It's not an additional trailer. It is a replacement trailer, which we know because the original 2 and 2 second video that Kotaku embedded in their own story is no longer working. And have been marked as private. This is kind of interesting because a lot of people might not know this. The Chinese gaming giant Tencent has a 5% stake in Activision, publishers of Call of Duty. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's in my opinion, and this is just my humble opinion, but fuck China. Like, just fucking post what you want to post, and if China has an issue with it, they can go fuck themselves. Yeah, because we should be at a place where we can just say what we want to say, and I am a filthy American, so I bleed freedom from my arms,
Yeah. Okay.
I do, though. Like, we should be able to say whatever the fuck we want, and if China has an issue with it, fuck them. If America had an issue with it, I'd say post it again. Fuck them. Like, if you have a problem with something I'm posting, fuck you. That's what I think. These are the same guys that made No Russian, that mission.
Yeah.
Fucking mow down people. They used to be all about, fuck censorship. We're not gonna abide to censorship. They got a whole lot of backlash, and now they're like, well, China. What the fuck happened? You guys used to be like, fuck censorship. So maybe saying fuck China is wrong. Fuck censorship.
Yeah.
Fuck censorship. Do what you want to do. Release what you want to release. It's part of history, and this game is being historical.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's lame.
You know what's really stupid is, like, you always hear like history repeats itself, and if you don't educate the ones who don't know about history, then it will inevitably happen again. Which is why it's like drilled into us as Americans, like World War II, like how Hitler came to fruition. It's just like, you better fucking be careful because this could happen. I feel like taking down a video that has 1 second of Tiananmen Square footage is kind of doing that. Like, we want this to happen again kind of thing. And it's like, I'm not so sure you want to do that. Just show the footage because it was a literal thing that happens. You can go on and see the footage for yourself.
This is a conversation route I don't want to go down right now, because I could if we want to talk about history repeating itself, look at our presidential office. But
our whole fucking democracy is
But
fucked.
yeah, it's just weird because I mean China is that still though. They're communist. They are a totalitarian government. Like that is what they are, and I understand that. So they still want to sell their game in China. That's fine.
Right. Censor it in China. Sure.
Yeah, censor it in China. But like, fuck, dude, don't censor it here because like you're bringing this Chinese censorship to America, and it doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
Because you want to be able to sell your game in China, but like, once again, fuck China.
Yeah. Fuck censorship.
Fuck censorship, dude.
For sure.
I hate it. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll move on because we're already way past time.
It's fine. We could go for another 2 hours if you want.
Yeah, sure. We'll just drag this last story out for another 2 hours. You still with us, Austin? I hope you are. You're probably not. Lots of love. Sony is officially bringing more first-party titles to PC. This comes from Chad Norton at Game Debate. Never heard of this site, but, it popped up, and, I'm all about supporting the little guys, so here we go. There's been a lot of debate about whether Sony will be bringing more of their first-party PlayStation exclusives to the PC platform, especially since both Death Stranding and Horizon Zero Dawn recently launched on PC. Well, now Sony has officially confirmed that they will be bringing more first-party titles to PC in the future. Quote, "We will explore expanding our first-party titles to the PC platform in order to promote further growth in our profitability. This is certainly important to the entertainment giant as if was listed under their strategic key points in a recent report. Unfortunately, no direct names were given at this moment, so we have no idea which ones or even how many they are planning on bringing to PC, or whether they are past PS4 exclusives or future PS5 exclusives." So, yeah, I figured we could talk about this a little bit. Sony brought over Death Stranding and Horizon Zero Dawn. Sold a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn on Steam, I believe. You think that's going to happen? You think Sony's actually going to continue this trend of maybe Last of Us 2 is going to be on Steam or whatever?
I don't think Last of Us 2. I don't think Ghost of Tsushima. Not yet. Like, I don't think either of those yet. But I do think we could see maybe God of War. We could see maybe the first Last of Us. Older PlayStation games. Bloodborne.
Uncharted, maybe?
Maybe the Uncharted games. Maybe just the Uncharted collection.
Yeah.
And maybe they do an Uncharted collection that includes the fourth one now. That'd be kind of cool.
Uncharted Saga or something like that.
Yeah, the Uncharted Saga. Yeah, the Nathan Drake collection. I think that is what it's called.
They already did that.
Fuck. No.
The Nathan Drake Saga.
Oh, it's such a good name.
Yeah, it really is. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think they will. And as far as like you mentioned, Last of Us Part 2. I think those like Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2. I think those games will come to Steam in like 3 years. I think that'll be like the cycle is like every 3 years they'll drop the games onto Steam because they're like they've lost all Steam. They've lost all Steam on PlayStation, so let's just toss them over on PC, and now the PC players can play them.
Can play it if they want it. Yeah, and then it breathes more money and life into those games.
Yeah, I think it's nothing but a good thing. It still gives Sony the benefit of being a console and like having the console exclusive because if you want to play them day one, you have to have a PlayStation. And right now, I know a lot of PC players, I won't say who, but like a lot of PC players have figured out how to play these games on PC anyway. So just throw them on PC, give them a legal option to play these games. Less people will pirate them. More people will probably get consoles now because they're like, I want to play these games early. They're actually being nice. There's this whole like head game there. I think it's a good move on Sony's part. It's not like they're throwing it over on Xbox. I think that'd be a weird move. But
that would be a weird move. However, the inverse of that, where Xbox is on PlayStation, is not as weird.
Well, because
And
they're
I
already
find that
on
fascinating.
PlayStation.
What?
They already have games on PlayStation. Minecraft.
Oh, well,
Minecraft
yeah.
Dungeons.
Okay. Yeah,
The
but
Outer
like
Worlds.
I'm saying like Halo or Games Pass or, Horizon, Forza Horizon, or stuff like that. That would be
I
kind
hear
of
you.
cool.
And honestly, I think
wouldn't.
they would have these games on there, but I think Sony is the one that's like, no, we really don't want your games on here.
Yeah, that's true. I think that would be a really cool thing for Xbox to be able to do.
Game Pass on PlayStation would be fucking awesome.
It would be.
That'd be fucking awesome.
It really would be, and it's not that far fetched. The more I think about it,
by the end of the console generation, I don't think it's totally impossible. I also don't think it's totally impossible that we see a new player in the console space by the end of this generation.
Not Stadia.
Not Stadia. No, I don't know who it is. It just seems like Xbox is starting to bow out. I wouldn't be surprised if someone steps in there.
Like the
Amazon. Who knows?
Facebook.
Well,
Tesla?
Facebook's kind of in there with Oculus, I guess.
Tesla.
The Tesla console.
Tesla console.
And it looks
That'd
like
be
a
kinda
fucking
interesting.
rocket ship.
Fuck, that'd be kind of cool.
It's the size of my desk.
It is the desk. You got to get the Tesla
It's built
desk
into the desk.
Yeah, and then the fucking screen like folds out or like comes out the back like a fucking.
It's $25,000 for this console, but it's awesome.
It's awesome, and it's $6,969.420. I don't know how that works, but that's how it is. That's it for the news. Sorry, this fucking episode went so long.
It's fine, man.
What are we gonna?
We're not even that far in.
I feel like I've been just going off. What to look forward to next week? Nothing. But I will predict that they are going to drop the console prices this week, and if not this week, then the next week. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to be able to talk about next week is the console prices.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you see me?
Oh
can God,
I think my power just like surged because my interface just like turned off and then back on.
Uh-oh.
That's crazy.
You good?
Yeah, you can hear me now though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
God.
Could you hear me?
Yeah. Well, you dropped out for a minute because my interface turned off, but
all right.
It's cool.
Well, console price drop is what I'm anticipating this week. Because if they don't do it, fuck.
It has to be this week, dude. It has to be. And I've been saying that for the past fucking 2 months, but
I know. Then I'll swing it over to you. I see you typed in this week's question. Why don't you just you go for it?
Okay. My question this week. It's not a very interesting one, but do you guys think PlayStation will drop more games on PC? And what does that look like for the future of PlayStation? Also, do you think we're going to get console price drops? The reason I didn't want to make that the question this week is because if we actually do get console drops, that kind of answers the question.
Yeah, it sure does.
But you could leave a comment. Do you think we're getting console price drops? And maybe that would be a good segue next week for us to just get into it. But, I guess that's my questions.
And then if they don't, we look like complete idiots. And so do you guys.
True.
Austin.
Yeah, Austin. You bitch.
Austin. You bitch.
Greg Miller.
We're
looking at you, Greg.
Greg Miller. Yeah.
I gotta say, Nick, I like your new background back here.
Yeah?
Good.
You like that?
Yeah, it's nice.
It says dumpling, or that's what I'm told. I don't speak Chinese. It probably says like communism.
It says balls. Anyway,
check out our other Lonercast shows, the Jake and Corey podcast. Jake just did a deep dive with Lady A.
Check that out for sure.
It's a good one. It's a good one. That he just posted yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. And follow us on Twitter. That Jake is at emergency pizza _ and I am at fatal_microwave on Twitch, or on Twitter. And on Twitch, you can follow Jake as he does stream. He does stream quite a bit often now.
I do.
Taking up all of his bandwidth.
Yeah, all my data is gone, but that's cool. We're having fun.
That's at twitch.tv/Lonercast.
Correct.
All right, and that's the show. Love you, Austin.